Okay, so welcome to Top 10 Games Played of 2013 for a Gateway Gamers run through.
Okay, so like I said in the last update, Jen's sorta on video. She won't be on camera, so we're using mic.
Yes, I love Barry and I love playing games with him. I'm just not ready to be a video blogger yet.
Why not?
So you have Mike.
Okay, so it was supposed to be the top 10 games we played in 2013, but my wife can't count.
Yeah.
So it became the top 11 games of 2013.
But now I just made mine 12.
Did
So you can have 11, I'm going to have 12.
Okay. Now, I don't know what Jen did, but I based mine... We played a couple games towards the end of 2013, Village and a couple others, but since we only got one game, one play in, I didn't count them. Carson City, we only played that once. So, go ahead, Jen. What's your number?
11.
12, 11, whatever.
Well, I have 7.5, so I'm just going to start with 11.
Okay.
So 11 is Takenoko.
Okay.
I love the little panda. He's adorable. I love tile placement. And I got you and everyone else that plays it to go nom 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 every time the panda eats something.
Yes, this is true. She did. Yeah, Takenoko was a decent game for the Gateway gamer. Like I said in the my afterthoughts on that one, everybody loves a little panda in the gardener, and Jen does like tile placement games. The replayability is pretty good on it. You know, the tiles constantly change. The cards you get to try and score are constantly changing. So yeah, that's a decent Gateway game. Okay, so my number 11 would be higher up on Jen's list. No, it's not. It's not even on your list.
Yeah, that's my 7.5.
Oh, okay. So, my number 11 is higher up on Jen's list, halfway between 7 and 8. Cricket.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's your number 10?
Number 10 is Memoir 44.
Okay.
I like being, the allies and kicking your ass.
Yeah, pretty much she does. Most games she does. Yeah, I like Memoir. It's a little higher up on my list, so when we get to that, I guess I'll discuss that. Okay. My number 10 is Eldritch. I've played it 5 or 6 times in 2013. We just played it again today. I like Arkham Horror, and Eldritch Horror streamline Arkham Horror. It doesn't cut back on the time like I thought it would, but it does get rid of a lot of the cumbersome rules that Arkham Horror has, and it's really story driven, which I do like. So I gotta wait and see if it'll go higher up or not. But like I said, I only played it about a half dozen times.
Surprisingly not on my list.
Yes, I know. Why is that?
I don't really care for it. I don't know.
Why not?
It just seems to drag. So, I don't know. I love Mansions of Madness. I'm just not a fan of the Arkham Horror or the Eldritch Horror. I think I'd like to play Arkham again just to compare it.
To this one?
Yeah.
To Eldritch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it's a little more fast-paced than Arkham Horror.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we played that more, so I understand it more and it goes faster. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So, Jen, what is... Now that we're in the official top 10, what is your number 9?
My 9 is Dixit. The artwork is really beautiful, a little crazy, but it's a lot of fun, and everybody we played with it really loves it.
Yeah.
And they're always willing to play it again.
Yeah, they are. Me and Jen, well, I don't know about Jen, but I gauge games on 2 people, my sister and then Jen's sister-in-law. And the way I gauge it is my sister can handle a little more complex games than Jen's sister-in-law, but this is one that pretty much everybody can handle.
Well, she's not an idiot.
Yeah, no,
she's just
but I mean,
the attention span, and she likes happy games.
Yeah, and she does like it for that. We even got Jen's mother to play this with us.
She loves
in Florida. We just got an expansion with it, which we only played a couple times. I forget the name of it.
I don't know. It's the green box.
But Odyssey, I think it was. So that brings a little more flavor to the cards, because after a while you start seeing the same cards over and over, and Amanda seems to get the purse card all the time.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a good party game, which is what I consider it. And well, there's been a ton of things done on it. So we're at number 9. Mine would be Survive Escape from Atlantis. This is a fairly new game to us. We played it what, 4 times, 5 times?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and the more I play it, the more you see the hidden strategy. There is a little bit of backstabbing to it, which surprises me with Jen, but
it surprises you that I backstab?
that you like it.
Oh.
But I say Jen doesn't like the back and forth attack thing a lot. It's not that. She doesn't like when she feels like she's ganged up on.
I don't... The constant gang out.
Yeah. So it surprised me that she would like it. I was a little weary when I bought it. But it is a classic, and that's one of the reasons I bought it. I heard a lot of good things about it from a couple of podcasters I listened to, and also on the Board Game Geek website. So yeah, that's my number 9, Survive.
And Survive is my number 8.
Yeah.
I really do like that game. It's fast paced. I don't mind playing it again. It's fun. It's got cute little shark meeples.
She likes her meeples.
I do love meeples.
So that was Jen's 8. My number 8 is Escape from the Cursed Temple. I like it's probably as close to a video game as a board game can get. Because it's fast paced to begin with, and you got to make snap decisions on it. We played it about 6 times, I guess, right? If it doesn't.
Well, yeah, we played it a bunch, and we played it with 3 people.
We played it with Amanda,
2 people.
Yeah. And it's compact into 10 minutes. It's a real time game, so you play a CD and I play the MP3, and within 10 minutes you gotta try and escape from this temple. And I mean, the whole time you're getting these cursed dice rolled, and then you gotta go back and help people unlock them so they can move, and you're constantly trying to unlock tiles and collect these gems. And like I said, it's probably as close to a video game as a board game can get that I've played so far. And then there's other, you could just do the basic game, or it gets more advanced where you get these weird cursed tiles where you got to put like one hand on top of your head and you can only roll with one hand and stuff like that. So I can see a lot of replayability in it. It's just, like I said, it's a good, fun dice chucking game.
It's not on my list, but I do enjoy the game. I'm not a big fan of the intermission where you have to get back to the middle,
right,
or the starting tile, but I do enjoy the game.
Okay. So number 7.
Well, I have 7.5, which is Lords of Waterdeep.
I'm sorry, 7.5.
Because I can't count. And, we played it, and I really do. I forgot how much I did enjoy that game. So
yeah, we actually just got done playing it with the expansion for the first time.
Yeah, that's why I have a 7.5.
And I don't want to talk about the expansion too much because we only played it once, so I really don't know how much it does bring to the game. But I do think it improved the game from the basic, gateway game of a tile or a worker placement game to there's a little more strategy in it now with the expansion. But I don't want to get too much into it. Like I said, we only played it the one time. But yeah, that's pretty much been our go-to worker placement game, right?
Yeah, meeples can't go wrong.
Yeah. Everybody picked up on that pretty quick. Okay.
What, that I like meeples?
Well, no, I mean, they picked up on Lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah, everybody that's played with us, yeah.
I think it's a pretty tight worker placement game. Like, the mechanics flow real good with it and all. So your number seven
would be Alhambra. You get to take tiles and build your Alhambra, and someone gave it to me for Valentine's Day, so I like the game. We saw it on tabletop, and I thought that was a game I'd really enjoy, and I do. And it's easy to explain to others. My sister-in-law picked it up quite easily.
We played it with Kim?
Yes, we played it with Kim and Tony. So,
yeah, and we did play it with Amanda. Yeah, it is a fun game. Yeah, there's like a puzzle-y thing to it where you got to try and figure out how to optimize your points with building the walls and then, you know, placing your tiles and getting the right amount of colors and the bidding, I guess you would call it, on the tiles.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, it's again, it's another classic. You know, gateway game. And Ticket to Ride, Alhambra, Catan, Carcassonne. You know, pretty much the 4 classic gateway games. Okay, so my number 7 would be Ultimate Werewolf Inquisition. That is probably my favorite trader game. It's not gens, but I think it brings a little more. We've played Resistance and Saboteur and Battlestar Galactica. The problem with Battlestar Galactica is nobody wants to play it. It's long and drug out. Drug out. But I think this takes a lot of the Battlestar Galactica, which I do like the game, but I think it takes a lot of that and condenses it into a half hour or 45 minutes or whatever it is. And you learn a lot about people, like how sneaky my sister is. Yeah, and normally Jen's the Saboteur or no of them, but...
Well, that's your fault. You always assume it's me. Yes. It's not.
I think it would also depend on the group you play with. How this game would work out with you.
Don't play it with drunk people?
Well, yeah, the original Werewolf, we did try that. This is meant for... It goes from 3 to 10 people, I think it was, or 12, something like that. Yeah. So I think it was, trying to keep pace with Resistance was real big at one time. But I think I like this a little bit more than the Resistance. So that's my number 7. What do you think about Werewolf?
I liked it. It was fun. The first time, the original, we tried to play with a group of friends that were really drunk, and it was late at night. That didn't work out so well, but this version I like. It was fun. Yeah. Amanda, totally. She got me too, so I didn't know she was the werewolf.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you're number 6.
Wits and Wagers.
Yes.
It's a fun party game. I do like party games, not just meeples. So anybody can play. We all seem to have fun when we played it. Yeah.
It's a party game. That's one where you gotta. There's a question read and you gotta guess. 7 questions, I believe, and yeah.
You vote. You write down your answer. You vote on which one you think is right, and it doesn't have to be your answer. It can be anybody's.
Yeah, and then you bet on which one is the closest to the answer, and then at the end of the game, you could go all or nothing on how many tokens you win when you're going through the game. So yeah, it's again another party game. Jen likes party games.
I do.
And we've had fun with it. Okay, so my number 6 is actually Jen's number 5. So what's your number 5, Jennifer?
Mansions of Madness.
Okay.
It's I saw it in an ad. I said, "Oh, this looks interesting." Barry got it. We have all but one expansion, I believe.
Yeah, the newest one.
It's definitely a winter game for us, because you got to devote some time to it. But it's a lot of fun. We played it with Barry's sister. She gets it. If it's just the two of us, Barry's always the bad guy. I tried it once. I I didn't get the hang of it. So I'm always the investigators. He's always the bad guy.
I should be looking at Mike.
You should be looking at Mike. He's just so adorable. Even though you think he's a tennis ball with an eye. So I really enjoy Mansions. And Barry does too.
Yeah, it's actually why I thought Jen would like Eldritch, because I think Eldritch horror is a cross between Arkham and Mansion. Jen, not so much. But this is sort of like the first dungeon crawly game we played. It's not actually a dungeon crawl, but it's similar in a lot of ways. This was actually the reason we found some of the online video bloggers like Rodney Smith and all, because the first game we played took 8 hours. Because Fantasy Flight sucks with rule sets. And so we had to go online and figure out some stuff. We got stuck on something. I don't recall what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And at that point, I was a little worried. I figured Jen would be done with it. But after the second or third play, it kind of warmed up to her.
I like building houses. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it could be. And, it's basically one guy is trying to stop the investigators from figuring out a mystery, and then the other person or persons are playing as the investigators trying to figure out the mystery. So it's a pretty good, I wouldn't call it a gateway game, probably like a medium. It's a little bit above a gateway. But it depends on how you look at it too. The mechanics are real easy once you can understand them. But there's a little bit of strategy involved in it. And there's a lot of, it's an Ameritrash game, so there's a lot of luck into it,
Yeah, I think we're pretty even with wins and losses with that.
Yeah. I know some people don't like it; they think it's broken and whatnot. But yeah, it's a game we played often, And I think, like I said, pandemic got me into the hobby. I think that kept us in that hobby.
Kept me in it, probably.
Yeah, that kept Jen in it, probably. Okay, so
Your number 5.
My number 5 is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. It's a lot like Pandemic. I actually traded it away because I didn't think Jen really got into it too much. But the more since then I bought it again. I got it on sale. But the more I play it, the more I like it. The more strategic plays I can see in my head as I'm playing it. It's really thematic, and I actually got the expansion on it, which adds a little bit more. I haven't played the expansion yet, one of the urban structure ones yet. But yeah, the more I play it, the more I enjoy it. I do like cooperatives a lot because, well, first off, one of the people we play with doesn't like to attack other people, so
Amanda.
Yeah, and then another reason is with most co-ops, if you're trying to show somebody who's not a gamer how to play a game, they're pretty much open, so anybody could pick up, you could show them, and they won't feel like they're at a disadvantage because everything's open in a co-op. One thing that Jen brought to my attention, which I didn't realize, especially with this game, is that I tend to be the alpha geek. I tend to run it, and I didn't realize I did. Normally it's the other way around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that is one problem with a lot of co-ops. There's usually somebody who's going to run wild, direct everybody else.
That would be you.
So, you got any thoughts on Fire?
It's got a cute little kitten and puppy. You gotta get them out of the fire. No, it's all right. It's fun. It's not on my list, but it's not. You did think I didn't like it, but I did. It's just not one of my go-to games. It's not something I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to play.
Yeah. So 4.
Saboteur.
Saboteur.
Yes, I like being the Saboteur. Although I never seem to win when I'm the Saboteur, but I think I just really like saying Saboteur, and I got everybody saying it funny, so I like screwing people up like that. But it's an easy game to play. Most people we've played got it. Some of Barry's family didn't quite get it.
Yeah, the kids didn't reach.
Yeah, but it's a good game. My mom liked it. We played with her and Amanda.
Kim and Tony.
Yeah. So it's fun and you get to mess people up.
Yeah. Saboteur's another one of them trader games where you're playing as gnomes going through, you're digging tunnels trying to get to gold.
Saboteur.
And depending on how many players there are, there's a certain amount of saboteurs and a certain amount of people on the same side trying to get to the gold. Yeah, it's an okay trader game. So like I said, I think Werewolf's a little bit above that in my list of trader games. Jen does have everybody going Saboteur.
Saboteur?
Even like we were playing with her brother and sister-in-law, we were playing Resistance, and they kept saying Saboteur. Yeah.
Because you got to be sabotagey.
But yeah, again, it's like I said, it depends on the group you're playing with, I think. It's the trader games have a lot of player interaction. You're always accusing people and trying to defend yourself, or trying to deflect the suspicion onto somebody else. And I think that depends a lot on who you're playing with.
You always blame me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true, but... Okay, so 4? Is that what we're on?
Yeah, you're number 4.
My number 4 is Through the Ages. It's a civilization building game going from the Age of Antiquity to... I think it's the middle of the Bronze Age, or it's before modern time. It might be the Industrial Revolution. I haven't played that many up to that age. But I've always been into history and civilization, and this is a game that I think it simulates that fairly well. It's a long game. I've only played the one age, and that took a good bit of time. But I played that a couple times, and I'm waiting. Maybe one day I'll be able to play with other people. I've only done it solo, because it's a lot. It's a very deep game. So we'll see. I just recently got Sid Meier's Civilization for Christmas, and I'm hoping that's maybe a little shorter in time. I don't know if it is, but I understand that goes a different direction too. So right now that's number 4. I haven't played the Civilization game yet. So.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I slept very soundly right through your whole gameplay of it, so it was fine with me.
Okay. Number 3.
Qwirkle. It's probably the first game Barry bought when he was starting to get into this. I love Uno. Yeah. I like dominoes. To me, it's a combo of the two. Everybody catches on real quick. The first time my brother played it, he won. Of course, he said he never had to play it again because won. So, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're basically laying down tiles trying to match either shapes or colors. Or sets of shapes or colors, and then you score points for it. It's kind of a wonky point system, but
Qwirkle.
Yeah. I say a certain reference to a movie when I get a Qwirkle. It's from what did the man say? Boys in the Hood, I think.
I don't know.
Or they're playing dominoes and they slam it down and say domino something or other.
It's definitely adult language, and he's not gonna say it. But he does have everybody else doing it too. So.
Yes. But yeah, it's a fun puzzle game, you know. Abstract game. I do enjoy it. One problem I see with it is there could be analysis paralysis with it. Depending on the people playing. But
we've messed up a couple times. We'll notice later on in the game, like, oh, we placed the tile and it shouldn't have been there. But that doesn't happen very often.
No, that's not what I mean. When analysis paralysis is when you think you concentrate so long on what you're trying to do, it slows down the game a lot.
I don't think we have that.
We've run into it a couple times.
Not just with you, but I let it go.
Oh, is it? But yeah, this is, you know, it's a decent gateway game. It's a lot like Jen says. It's like Uno and Dominoes. I think it's more like Scrabble and Dominoes. No,
because you're not. You know, what you're matching the colors like you do with Uno, and you're doing the placement of tiles like Dominoes. You know, so.
But anyway, it's like I said, it's just a step up above a mass-produced game, but you know, it's a gateway game.
You can find it in your local Target.
Yes, maybe. Will Wheaton just did a run through on that. You may not be able to. My number 3 is Memoir 44. Again, like I said, I like history. And I know these guys were very careful on how they depicted the battles and all that in the game. There's some other personal reasons. I knew a guy who just recently passed away who fought in several of these battles. And, you know, they handled it. They handled the honor of these men pretty well in this game. It's actually a war game that I could get Jen to play, which kind of surprised me. And then again, she said, because it is a system, it's, you know, it's not like, yeah, you're going back and forth, but the cards dictate on how you're going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. It's not like, I don't know. You're not targeting me per se. I don't get that ganged up feeling with it.
Yeah. And like I said, there's a lot of replayability with it. There's, I think, 13 scenarios in the first one, in the base game, and then we just got an expansion, but we haven't played it yet. So we still do play. I'm actually waiting to get to the expansion. I kind of screwed up on the boards on that, but yeah. So that's, like I said, it's a good game into the, you know, it's a good game for the person who's not really into war games, heavy war games. You know, like I played Risk and all that, and Risk could go on for days, and you know, me and my brothers actually played it for days. So I like this because it's pretty quick. You play it in an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it's you know, 2 at the most. Fast. And you know, it's basic, roll the dice, see what happens. It's a murder trash game, you know. But so that's my number 3. Jen, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Ticket to Ride. I wasn't so good at it when we first started playing, but then I paid attention and I stole Barry's his strategies, and now I kick his ass at it, and he wins sometimes. But
yeah,
we have the India and Switzerland expansion. Not big into the India board. It just seems a little harder, I guess. But I really do enjoy it. We've had family play, and they enjoy it too. They're like that choo-choo game. So, but it's a lot of fun.
It is. It's you know, one of the gateway, you know, one of the basic, you know, the most talked about gateway games. You know, or I shouldn't say that, but the quintessential gateway game. You know, like she said, we've played it with just about everybody. We've played it with, you know, everybody in the family, just
my
about.
dad, yeah.
I think my brother's the only one
No, I don't think we played it with my mom, and but we played it with Kim and Tony, Amanda.
And it's pretty easy to. It's not really a strategic game, although the Switzerland board does bring a little more strategy into it. We have the American base game. We don't have the Markland or the Europe, which I'm thinking about. I don't know. But I was actually surprised because there's a lot of unintentional backstabbing in the original American board. You're cutting people off from their roots and stuff like that. And it's unintended. I specifically remember on more than one occasion where a man that my sister was saying, "You screwed me."
Yeah, she's not a fan of the screw the next guy games.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the quintessential gateway game. So my number 2 is another worker placement game. It's Manhattan Project, and I like that a little more than Lords of Waterdeep, although we'll see with the expansion. But I know some people have a problem with the theme. It's just a game, it's a game. People have problems with the building an A-bomb theme.
Well, it's a board game. It's not reality, and it's it is what it is. It happened, but it is the only game that Barry consistently wins.
Yes, and me and Jen were talking about the wins on it. It's usually the ending sometimes is anticlimactic, but it's usually I was one turn away from winning, or so it's usually a pretty close game.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh, I was just gonna do like my next turn. So yes, you get me a lot with that.
Yes. But I know a lot of people think the end is anticlimactic because the game just does end when you hit a certain amount of points.
I don't have a problem with it, though. It's fine.
Yeah. And, like I said, that's a little more strategic than Lords of Waterdeep. There's not a ton of player interaction, but that's pretty much any Euro game. Sometimes there's interact. It's not like an Ameritrash game where there's a lot of player interaction. There can be a little bit with the attacking people with the planes, but in a 2-player game, I guess you can do that more so than with a 3 or 4-player game. With more people, you're just kind of wasting a turn with the planes.
We've only played with 3 at the most. And we never really got into that because you win without having to attack me.
Yeah. So that's my number 2. Jennifer, what is your number 1?
My number 1 is Carcassonne.
Or now you want to say it right?
I can say it right.
You got me. Some guy actually emailed me about this.
Okay, I say Carcassonne. I know it's not Carcassonne, but I said, I like to screw people up.
That's not the only... You call it Carcassonne.
Carcassonne.
And that's what the guy called me out on.
Yes, it's Carcassonne. I know. Now I'm probably going to say it wrong. But it's my favorite right now, probably. I got Barry an expansion for Christmas, and he got me the same expansion.
Yes.
The Princess and Dragon, I think.
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah, number 3. So I really like it. It's got tile placement and meeples. You can't go wrong in my book with that.
So, is it the base game or with the expansions or what?
Well, I like the base game, but I like the expansions too. We have the Builder and Inns and Cathedrals.
Yeah.
And Barry always seems to get screwed with the cathedrals. So,
yes, I do happen to draw them a lot.
Yeah. You get a little piggy meeple. He's adorable. So, I like it. I'll always play it.
Yeah. It's it is a game, another, quintessential gateway game. We probably are not going to get another expansion. Because if we do, we're going to have to play on the floor.
We'll just get one more because we have to exchange one.
Yeah, it's one of the problems with the game is it can just grow unwieldy, you know.
We're going to need a bigger tile bag.
Or a bigger table.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one thing I do see with the game is there's that runaway thing. You know, one person takes the lead and just runs with it. I have seen that in a few games, quite a few games that we play.
Do I do that?
Well, it's been pretty even split. But I mean, what I'm saying is if one guy gets in the lead, they run away with it. You know, there's not a whole lot of catch up there.
You win sometimes.
Okay, my number one is the game that got me into the hobby, Pandemic. We haven't played it in a while. And
it's too depressing.
Nah, it's not that. It's her sister-in-law actually didn't like Pandemic for that reason. It was she said the theme was too depressing. We actually haven't played it in a while. It's the same reason why I screwed up on the run through a little bit, because I do like the game, but I didn't want to get burnt out on it. I didn't want to play constantly and get burnt out on it. That and G-Man kind of pissed me off with the new release of the new version of the base game that's not compatible with the expansions unless you spend money on a conversion kit but again, it's not completely a gateway game, I don't think. We have actually played, I would consider Forbidden Island a gateway. You know, it's much easier than Pandemic, although it's got similar feel mechanic wise, not so much theme wise and all. I actually, we have it. I don't, it's not my favorite game, the Forbidden Island. The Forbidden Desert though is right behind Pandemic, I think. Pandemic and Flashpoint and all that. They have the same feel, and there's some strategy in there, and it's a little more complex than Forbidden Island and all that. And Pandemic's a little more complex than both of the other two done by Matt Leacock. But yeah, it's like I said, it's the game that got me into the hobby. When I first played it, I should say the second time we played it, because we screwed up the first time, like we do with most games.
It's a learning process.
Yeah. Something in my head clicked where it was I didn't know a board game could do that. You know, before Pandemic and, well, I guess Qwirkle and all that really started me on. But before that, I didn't really, you know, board games were just, I thought they were like kid games. You know, I played Risk a couple times and all that. But Pandemic showed me that board games can take a person to other places, almost like reading a book. You know, I didn't know a board game could do that before Pandemic. And again, like I said, it's a co-op game. I do like co-op games. Jen likes to cheat, but we'll let her go with that.
No, it's not cheating. It's called house rules. And we don't always do that. But, you know, when you lose too many times, then Jen likes to kick in the house rules, where you get to reshuffle the destination deck. And, okay, maybe sometimes I put in one less epidemic card. 2? No, 1.
Oh, you were going down to 2.
Well, there's 2 of us, so we each get 1.
Yeah.
It's called house rules, Barry.
But like I said, it's a game that I do love, but we don't play it often because I don't want to get burnt out on it. We should actually play that again soon.
Yeah, the way you were talking about it kind of creeps me out.
What?
I don't know. Like, the places it takes you.
No, it's like when you're reading a novel and...
No, I know. I'm just busting on you because you're a geek.
Yeah. Well, look at Lords of Waterdeep.
You will be getting a wedgie after this video, by the way.
Why?
Because you're a geek, and I have to beat you up, and bullies beat people up. I'm just kidding.
You're a geek, too. You played a Dungeons & Dragons game.
I know. It's just the theme, though. You call me a geek all the time anyway because of Star Trek.
So, are you done with Pandemic?
Yeah, I like Pandemic. I just wish we had the Petri dishes. That's all. Because they're just cute.
Like I said, I'm up in the air. Put your little cubies in there. I'm up in the... I would actually like to get in the lab, which I think's...
What's that, more people?
Nah, it's the newest expansion where you could cure diseases by going in a lab and...
Yeah, I'm always down for an expansion.
But the one you're talking about's in the Brink with the Petri dishes.
I don't care. You could just go buy some.
But like I said, I got a debate on the conversion kit or a new board, a new base game.
Petri dishes.
Okay, so...
That was my top 12, or 11 and a half.
You got anything else to say?
No, I don't think I do. I mean, I could just keep talking, and you're going to put it in there and make me look like an idiot.
Maybe.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so... Thanks for watching. See you next time.